Next, we're going to take a look at the WiSys Agility Web Explorer. The Agility Web Explorer allows you to have Agility applications, so any transactional grids, any of the processing grids, any of the view grids, or the Agility analytics available to you from a web browser, a tablet, or a mobile device. Let's go on ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to start up my Agility Web Explorer here, and this is the main menu here for Agility Web Explorer. This is set up by user, and it does follow all the same security, so they have to log in and be authenticated to have the applications that you wish them to be presented with. You can see here from my main menu, this is my Agility Home. Here I have applications that are under each of the menu items. So if I look at order processing, there's my order processing items. I have purchase order items, I have some inventory items, and I can always get back to the main menu here by clicking on Agility Web Explorer. I can also show and hide my menu here with my little button here. And if I have multiple companies, I can change to additional companies right from my Agility Web Explorer. Let's take a look at some of the applications here. So I'm going to click on order processing, and in here you will see that we not only have transactional grids and views for tablets and web, you can also view the Agility analytics right from the Agility Web Explorer. So if I open up the OE Sales Open Order Analysis, that's the same grid that I showed you for the Agility analytics on the desktop. So here you have the same kind of filter, you have the same back ordered amount, you've got your cards to give you the status, and then of course the top selling items here. So you can look at them in both places, on the web or on the desktop. So back to order processing here, I'm going to open up some transactional grids. Here we've got an OE confirmed ship. Now, you might want to have a confirmed ship for a third party or a 3PL or something of that nature. You could allow them to have access to the website. They could come in here and they could do the shipping right from this processing grid. You could streamline it, give them a very customized view, take off the fields you don't want them to see, but that would be one easy application that you might want to use the Agility Web for. So in here I'm doing the OE confirmed ship. If I'm going to do an OE confirmed ship, I'm going to look for an order here. I'm going to look and ship by my item of awesome sauce here. I've got several orders that are out here for this. I'm going to choose the 26983 order here, and I can choose as many as I want here. My item is a quantity to ship of 1. So if there were multiples, I could change that because it's bold, so I know it's an edit field, so I can edit the quantity. My item is not bin, so I don't need to enter a bin, but it is lotted. So I'm going to click in my lot field here, and I'm going to look up the lot that I'm going to confirm ship. So here I have my item here. I don't have any quantity in that lot. I've got my 7003 lot here. I'm going to select that lot, and when I'm ready and I have all my items picked, I simply click ship. Now you'll notice up here I could drill into the order, I could look at the inventory location. I'm going to click ship and go on ahead and confirm ship this order. So this order has now been confirmed ship, and you'll see it dropped off of my screen. If I pop over here to order processing, I'm going to come over here into my order billing web. And in here you can see I have my order billing, and I want my 26983 order right here. Now I have the same kind of filters as I do on the desktop, so if I was looking for a particular order, I could select all of them and I could bill everything at once. I don't want to do that at the moment, so I'm going to uncheck that box. But I could filter down to my 26983, and you're going to see I have the exact same capabilities as I do on the desktop for my filtering. And I could go on ahead and click on my filter down here, and you'll see that I get the same kind of filter builder where I could build a very complex filter if I wanted to for that particular grid. So here's my 26983. I just confirmed shipped that. I can go on ahead and add freight. These are editable because they're bold, so I know that. So if I need to add freight to this because I'm shipping it for whatever reason special and I'm not using my shipping system. Here's my miscellaneous amount. This is my comment that will update the Macola order header information with this field information. Comment from Agility Web Explorer, and I have 3 comments. When I'm ready, I simply click my billing. Again, I have an orders button that would allow me to drill down into that order. So I'm going to click billing, and now that order has left my screen here because it's been billed and it's been moved into the next stage. So I'm going to go on ahead and pop over here in my order processing, and you can see we have an OE order invoice web. So in my OE order invoice web, here is my 26983. Again, I have an orders button. If I wanted to highlight this one and drill into the order, I can. And here's all of my information in the order dialog that I want to see about that order. So I have the ability to do that, and I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to go back to my OE order invoice web. And when I'm ready to invoice this, I could again select all of them, just the ones I want, whatever that is. I'm going to click invoice. And it is going to go out and invoice this particular order. It is going to print the invoice. Now, because this is a document, it had a document, which is the invoice attached to this. It also tells me that it printed that document. That document went up here into our document manager for the web. And it is up here. You can see these are ones that have been previously read or unread here. I'm going to go on ahead and open up this document here. And you can see here's my invoice. I can print it out and do whatever it is that I need to do with that document. And I can clean these up and purge them. When I'm done, I can simply close this and go back to my main menu. So those are some easy transactional applications. If I wanted to, for instance, maybe I'm going to take a look at my OE order status on the web. Here I have all of my filters. I can filter by date, promise date, request date, the types of orders that I want to see with all the same kind of filters that I get on the desktop. And here I now have an OE order web status. So it's very easy for me to look at all my existing webs, categories here. And if I'm looking at this on a smaller screen, there's a couple of ways that I can make this more presentable as a user. So I'm going to show you a little iPad mini here, but I can do this even on the Web Explorer. So I'm going to make my menu go away, and as you can see, I have the scroll bar right here. And what I can do here is I can come in here and I can hide some of my fields here if I don't want them on here. So for instance, I don't care if the order date is on here, so I can come in here and I can say column chooser. And I can come into my column chooser and I can decide that I don't want the order date on here. So I can drag that over here and it's going to remove the column chooser from there. All of these fields are available. I can add them by dragging them and dropping them. And then I can also come in here and I can do a column editor. So here I can decide maybe I don't want this name. There is a mass format to set these names, but if I want to, I can rename them. I can set them to a fixed width, decimals, commas, percent. It's very easy to change this to be customer friendly, just like it is on the desktop here. So once I have that done, then I can save a customized layout, just like I do in the desktop, and it will always remember that when I look at that layout and bring that up for me all the time. So the next thing that I can do here is, right now I have to scroll, and sometimes that's okay when you're on a website. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to change this to say, this is display horizontal, so I get a drag across bar to show me the additional fields. But I can also change it to display responsive. And when I change that to display responsive, what that has done is taken the exact same screen here and it's gotten rid of my scroll bar across the bottom, and it's giving me an ellipsis button here so that I can choose my ellipsis button, and all the hidden fields are expanded up and down here with an easy view. So I can just simply click and look at the additional data. So I want the most important fields right up top here. The rest of them I can hide and only look at them when I want to see that. So it makes it very easy to design for that screen. And then I save it as a layout to be in that responsive layout, and I will always have it that way. And the easiest time to do this responsive is in a tablet. We'll take a look at that in a second here. So that's the OE order status web. The other thing we have out here under purchase order, we have a PO receipts web. So under here, again, I have a default receiving bin where I can set that default bin to receive it in if I do my receiving that way. Then I don't have to populate it for every single line item. I'm going to click go, and you will see my receiving screen. I'm going to close my menu to get a little more space here. And this is my receiving receipts grid. You can see here I have an edit field to say how many I'm going to receive. So if I want to, I'm going to look up item sugar, and you'll see that it's going to filter down to sugar here. And maybe I only want to receive in 50. And I've got my dock date I can change. I've got my lot number here. So I'm going to put this in a lot called sugar. And I also have the ability to edit the carrier code or the pack or the bill to number. When I'm ready, I click receive, and it is going to receive my sugar, so it will go from 100 to 150. Now I have a receiving doc, which just happens to be a label that's printed onto there, and if I look at my documents, you'll see that I generated my receiving report here. So here's my receiving label, and again, that can be customized. It can be changed to maybe a report, whatever it is that you need for that particular application here. So that is my PO receipts. But in my PO receipts too, this is something we're going to take a look at in the tablet. Let me show you under purchase order here though, we also have a PO vendor gateway. So you could set this up so that you could grant maybe your large vendors to come in here. You'd set them up with a user and they can come in here and update maybe the promised date, the confirmed date, whatever it is that you want them to, and grant them rights to get in here and do that particular update. So those are some of the top applications here that are the inventory purchase order. I'm going to come in here to inventory. We do have an item multi-level web here. Again, item number filter, location filter. I'm going to go on ahead and click go. I have those values set. And you'll see here that I have a nice grid view of the applications. This one you can see is set to responsive. So I have more additional fields here that are hidden. So again, it's responsive. The more I shrink my screen, the more it's going to go on ahead and put those fields in the ellipsis mode. So here you can see this is in the ellipsis mode. So it's going to size to whatever size your screen is. So that's an IM multi-level on the web here from a browser. The next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open up the inventory. We also have an IM mobile MLI ListView, and when it says mobile, it's designed to be for a smaller screen. So I'm going to go on ahead here, and I'm using Air Server here, and this is just an iPad mini. And what I'm going to do here is I've got my iPad mini here, and I'm going to take a look at and open my IM Mobile MLI ListView on my mini here. And you can see here that I have a view. Oops, I hit my button here a couple of times. You can see here that I have a view. These are all of my inventory items. So you'll look here. I'm going to use my mouse here. This is my item number. I've got my item descriptions. I've got my location, my quantity on hand. It's giving me information about the item, whether it's obsolete, purchased, bin, serialized. I'm going to go on ahead and tap into my search, and I want to find my awesome sauce that I have out here. So I have typed on my keyboard and I found my awesome sauce here. It's found everything with AWE in it. So the more I type, the more it's going to filter. And I'm going to add a little bit more to my awesome sauce search. And you can see I have two locations here, one in the main location and one in a dropship location. Now I'm going to tap on the main location here, and it's opened up a dialog view. In my dialog view here, I'm going to scroll down and you can see I have all of my main information, my basic info, and I'm just scrolling up with my finger here. I've got my quantities here at the top there, and then I've got my accumulator information. If I scroll down here, you can see my buttons here. So if I have open orders, I can check the orders tab button here, and it's going to open up the orders, and it's going to open up into a mobile order view. So now I can see all my different orders for that particular item. Again, this is a list box, so if I select one of those orders and I tap on that particular order, it took me into an OE mobile order dialog. So here I can see my order information from the account, the order, the bill to, the ship to, any instructions, dates, all of that information easily accessible on a tablet. And I often use my iPhone 6 for this, and it displays quite nicely. I can drill into the lines, I can drill into the comments, and here I'm getting a list of the different line items that are on there. I can actually drill into a line item by selecting that line item, and it's going to show me the line detail in a line dialog box. So I have all of my line, very easy to get to from my tablet. So I'm going to click my back button here, and I'm going to go back to my mobile list view here. So I'm back on my master. If I have lots, I can click on lots, and it's going to drill me into a lot view. So I can see the detail of the lots, and again, if I want to select the lots, I can hit a drill into the lots view, and that will take me down into the lot information. And then I can click my back information here and go back to my list view here. So you can see this is designed for tablet, designed for a mobile phone, and it makes it very easy to access from anywhere. Back to my menu. I'm going to come back here to my menu. I'm going to go to order processing. In order processing here, we also have, close that menu, we have got an OE mobile, mobile order status. So I'm going to choose the OE mobile order status. Here I get a list of all of my open orders, and I'll get my list view that shows me all the different orders, what the bill to is, who the ship to is, so you can see all of this information, promise date, order number. If I have a PO, the PO is there, and then what is the status of the order. So I am going to go on ahead and tap this order number, and you can see I have the order 14638. I can see my account information, the order information, select my lines. It'll drill me into a line view, and I can tap that. But this looks just exactly like what we had before, and all of that is available from the Agility Web Explorer here. So I'm going to go back to my main menu here, and I'm in my order processing here. And we do have the OE sales, open order sales analysis. I'm going to choose that. This is one of the analytic views, and you'll see that it opens here. And it's the same view, and I can twist it. It is sensitive to however I'm taking a look at it. So I can view it. I'm on an iPad mini. I'm going to click my back button. And we do have a couple that are just designed like for a little phone. So we've got an OE mobile order status dashboard. So if you need to display just simple graphics, here's one of all the order statuses and what the percentage is and how many orders there are. Click my back button, and here is a, let's see, where did it go? It is the OE annual sales widget. So here's my OE annual sales widget, and you can see I'm easily displaying my sales dollars here over the past multiple years, and it's on display. So that's what I can do in some of the applications with the Agility Web Explorer. Now I want to show you one more thing here. Not only do I have them in Agility Web Explorer, but if I am an M10 site, I can also add these same views into my M10 application. So I'm going to pull up my M10, my Synergy view here, and you can see here that I have some of these same widgets right here on my home page. So here's that OE mobile order status dashboard right here. Here's the OE processing dashboard. It's been displayed here. Here's that little OE annual sales widget we've added right here. And then down here are some of the other applications, but also notice down here I've got my OE confirm ship, order web billing. You design your M10 web browser page here, and it's very easy to add these applications to M10. I'm going to click my plus sign, and there's an add-in for a WiSys widget. You simply click the Agility WiSys widget and give it a title. So if I wanted to add the OE pick management grid, I'm going to select my company. I'm going to select my processing type. Now the pick management grid is a process type, but you can see I can choose just a standard grid or any of the analytical dashboards. So these would have been analytical dashboards. I'm going to choose process grid. So all the process grids that are out there, these are the things that I can add to my M10 menu. So here is my OE pick management. Select that. I'm going to go on ahead and save and exit. And you will notice that it has been added to my screen down here, and then this is just like any widget in your M10 menu, to where you size it, move it where you want it, and then I can simply run it from here. Click go, and I'm running my WiSys Agility Web Explorer from my M10 menu. And that is the Agility Web Explorer, so you can access it from your browser, from a tablet, from a mobile phone, or from your M10 menu. That's what we have for that, and thank you for joining us.